2 minutes without her. She goes 5 of 6 in possessions without even touching the ball. Stephanie White want this to be Kelsey's team. Kelsey didn't win ish. She just chucks up BS. Definitely does. Definitely does. What is this? I don't know how many times I have to keep telling y'all, but Kelsey Mitchell was the best guard on the team. I don't know what they mean by that. Let's listen to Venom.
Will, she's explosive off the bounce, but also.
Oh, this is from like last week. This was a humiliation ritual for Kaylin.
Kelsey Mitchell turned in one of the most baffling performances of the season, and the numbers attached to her night do not begin to capture how damaging her presence on the floor actually was. 0.4 million, missed 5 layups over the course of the game, not contested shots, not difficult angles, layups.
This was a humiliation ritual for Caitlin Clark. Kelsey Mitchell only making her shots when CC is off the court. Players looking CC off when taking the ball back up the court. CC knows this is jogs up to the corner spot. This is diabolical. 40 free throws versus 13 is diabolical. Very much so. Very much so. Stephanie White wanted everyone to pass the ball more. But the biggest culprit tonight has to be Kelsey Mitchell, who has not passed the ball at all.
The most discussed moment came in the second quarter. Clark had already racked up 9 assists on the night and needed just one more to reach a double-double. Mitchell received a pass in a clean position, drove toward the basket, and missed the layup. That single conversion would have handed Clark a double-double, despite the team playing poorly around her. Mitchell did not make it.
The ball at all and has taken a lot of questionable shots. Let's see if the coach calls out her favorite player like she does CC. No, she did not in a press conference pass the ball. Kelsey Mitchell is keeping this game close. What are you talking about? Please trade CC. Thank you. Very much malpractice. She doesn't need to pass the ball. She's Kobe of this team. Oh, my God. Now y'all comparing Kelsey Mitchell to Kobe. She nice, but she ain't no damn Kobe, bro.
The assist never counted. Clark finished one short. The broader offensive picture was just as concerning.
Mitchell operated in isolation for stretches of the game, bypassing open teammates forcing up low percentage attempts, while the rest of the offense stood and watched. Screens were not being set for Clark.
She nice, but she ain't no damn Kobe, bro. She ain't no Kobe. What else is the world saying, bro? Because this definitely is a malpractice. Somebody said the Fever team stinks, bro. They just played Mitchell ISO ball. That's the plan. That's the plan. They have Kayla Clark playing defense, but getting no foul. Getting basically in foul trouble, playing a lot of defense. On the other side, she's getting beat up with no weak side help. No three-point shooting from the wings. Sophie not utilized. The offense is just not connected.
Players in better positions were being ignored. The ball was simply not moving. The foul disparity told a separate story. Indiana drew 13 free throws, while the opposing team attempted 40. Clark, playing heavy defensive minutes, kept picking up foul trouble, partly because there was no weak side help rotating behind her and no three-point shooting from the wings pulling defenders away.
From the wings, Sophie not utilized. The offense is just not connected. Facts. Somebody said, what a waste of great talent. People are saying Stephanie White's system does not fit Kayla Clark at all. It don't. Guys, we're seeing the 2024 Connecticut Sun. I keep telling y'all that. This is the Connecticut Sun basketball team we're seeing. It very much is. This is the Connecticut Sun basketball team. This is the 2024 Sun team. I ain't lying.
The structure put her in positions where fouls were almost unavoidable. Mitchell finished with a plus-minus of -8. Stephanie White did not address Mitchell's ball-stopping habits in the post-game press conference, despite publicly emphasizing ball movement as a team priority heading into the game. The result was another loss, built on the same foundation: isolation basketball, missed opportunities at the rim, and a system that continued to neutralize rather than amplify what Clark brings to the floor.
I ain't lying to you. I ain't lying to you. This is bad. This is bad. Kelsey Mitchell was definitely in a hot seat with this one. I don't give a damn how many points she had. She just completely did not pass the ball. Kelsey Mitchell was point shaving the end. Another absolute horrible coaching performance. You let them attack a player with 5 fouls. You let Kelsey go ISO all game, missing players wide open. CC still not getting screens and wasting all energy on defense.
The Connecticut Sun comparison that has been circulating among Fever observers grew louder after this performance. Kelsey Mitchell's ball's handling tendencies have drawn significant attention, with footage circulating that shows her dribbling 13 consecutive times before losing possession. The clip captured what critics have been pointing to all season: a pattern of excessive isolation play that stalls offensive momentum and keeps teammates, including Caitlin Clark, standing idle on the perimeter. The core complaint is straightforward: when Mitchell gets the ball, it rarely moves.
Open. CC still not getting screens and wasting all energy on defense. Hence why she keep getting in foul trouble, because Caitlin Clark is playing more defense than offense. That's why she keep getting in foul trouble, bro. I'm telling you right now, that is why. That is why somebody said I could never unsee Kelsey Mitchell intentionally missing that layup, bro. That was
Clark can bring it up the floor, hand it off, and spend the next several seconds without touching it again. Multiple plays have shown Clark wide open in the corner, with Mitchell driving in circles, declining to pass.
The ball movement problem extends beyond Mitchell alone. Several Fever players have been observed holding the ball in situations where Clark was
clearly available for a shot. Mitchell's defensive contributions are equally criticized. She is not regarded as a stopper on that end, and her rebounding has historically been minimal.
intentionally missing that layup, bro. That was bad. That was bad. That was bad. Look, it's
Checks that
Here it is.
loose ball rebound.
Here it is.
Up ahead, Mitchell. Get past the secondary. Checks that loose ball.
Look, completely killed Caitlin Clark assist. Completely killed her assist. Tell me if I just thought about that. This was in the second quarter. How many assists did Caitlin Clark have in this game? So Caitlin Clark.
One recent game where she collected a few boards was treated as a surprise rather than a baseline expectation. The broader question being raised is whether Clark and Mitchell are actually compatible in the same system. The argument is that they are not, at least not in the current offensive structure, because Mitchell operates as the primary option in a way that functionally relegates Clark to secondary or even tertiary status. Former Indiana coach Christy Sides was vocal about Clark's impact during the second half of the 2024 season. Current coach Stephanie White has not expressed similar enthusiasm, and that contrast is being noted frequently.
White is an issue, all right? So, let's start with dribble, 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 shoot! Dribble, 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 dribble. Dribble, dribble, shoot! Where the ball goes to die. And I'm talking about Kelsey Mitchell. Now, guys, in the offseason, when she was a free agent, I kept saying, I've said this, you've heard me say it, she is a dynamic scorer.
A clip of Minnesota Lynx coach Cheryl Reeve discussing rookie Olivia Miles has been making the rounds as a point of comparison. Reeve described Miles as a player with a generational passing instinct, someone she actively avoids coaching on ball distribution because the natural reads are already there. Reeves said the goal is simply to design plays around what Miles will naturally find. The gap between that coaching philosophy and what Clark appears to be receiving in Indiana is a recurring talking point.
Score. But that is where it begins and ends with Kelsey Mitchell. If she gets her hand on the ball, that is where the ball goes to die. And here's the problem. Bring up Stephanie White again. Stephanie White believes this player is the best player on her team when she does not play any defense. Well, Caitlin Clark proved the other night she's capable of playing some defense. Kelsey Mitchell does not play any defense.
Natasha Howard's statistical resurgence in Minnesota has added fuel to the argument. Howard was widely considered past her prime after a difficult year in Indiana. Since joining the Lynx, she is averaging roughly 6 more points per game, a full additional rebound, over an assist and a half more, and is shooting at 64%. The numbers are being cited as evidence that Indiana's system suppressed her production, not age or physical decline.
Defense. Kelsey Mitchell does not play any defense. She does not pass the ball. And the other day was a Christmas miracle. A Christmas miracle. She bleeped around and got a couple of rebounds. And what she won't do ever in life is pass the ball back around to Caitlin Clark. If Caitlin Clark gives up the ball after she comes down the court, it's a wrap. She'll be standing around in the corner. She could take a nap, for crying out loud.
3 assists per game in 11 games.
Take a nap, for crying out loud. And can I keep it real? Kelsey Mitchell's not the only player on this team that doesn't give Caitlin Clark the ball. Oh, I said it out loud. Yeah, I watch. The ball just not the ball just really does not come back around to Caitlin very often. If you watch, and this team, and this is what Stephanie White wants.
White has not publicly challenged Mitchell's shot selection or ball-stopping habits, the way she has reportedly been critical of other aspects of the team's play. The situation at Vanderbilt, where White previously coached, is brought up as a data point. 3 of the program's best players chose to sit out a full year rather than continue playing for her. Of dissatisfaction within the program. That precedent is being invoked as context for the current dynamics in Indiana.
What Stephanie White wants is built around Kelsey Mitchell. I believe, and I've said it before, you've heard me say it, I don't believe Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell can coexist. I don't. Not unless Caitlin wants to be the third option on a team. I mean, if she gets lucky, she'd be the second option on this team. Because she's just not going to get the opportunities. As long as this coach is here. Remember, can you imagine, Christy Sides once said, they have awakened a monster as Caitlin Clark was destroying the league in the second half of the 2024 season. Can you imagine Stephanie White ever saying that about Caitlin Clark? Oh, they've awakened a monster. No, she don't believe a monster exists there. My boy over at Keep the Vision, go subscribe, put up this video. Let's watch it. It's only a minute long.
There's no way Caitlin Clark can play with this girl, man. It just is what it is. It just is what it is, bro. Let's count how many dribbles she had before her turnover.
Real?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 dribbles and a turnover. 13 dribbles and a turnover. 13 dribbles and a turnover.
We didn't even do dribble, dribble, shoot. We did dribble, 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 dribble. Nothing.
The lady, look at this. Kelsey Mitchell, she's going to miss the free throw, get the ball, and watch this. Look at this. Just dribbling in circles. Just won't pass it. I'm going to just run in here and throw it up. Dude, pass
Caitlin
the
Clark
damn
was all
ball,
out here.
Kelsey.